everyone, it is Dani'i and welcome to this update video. I hope you're doing really good today, and we're going to be talking about the tropics. So as we take a look at the satellite imagery, we can see that frontal system offshore the United States, lots of showers, thunderstorms in parts of the Caribbean, and a couple of low pressure systems out there in the main development region. So that blob is associated with a tropical wave, and there is another one close to the Cabo Verde Islands being watched for development. As of right now, it has a medium chance of becoming something. So we're going to be talking about these systems in a bit more details, especially the Caribbean disturbance. So let's get straight to it. We can see here on the outlook from the National Hurricane Center that we still have both areas marked, shaded in orange, indicating that medium chance, 40% chance of development for both of these systems. So as for the Caribbean disturbance, it has not been looking too good. It hasn't been getting itself together as initially expected. So you can see here that it's just lots of showers and thunderstorms associated with it. We don't have a consolidated system. As a result, the formation chance is constant. It has been constant at 40% for some time. Let's see if it is going to take advantage of the environment when it is in the Western Caribbean. But for right now, it is not sustaining as much activity, especially compared to yesterday, where it really had an increase in all that convection. But we do see that associated blob within the vicinity of Hispaniola. Well, two of them actually. And as it is going to be propagating further to the west, it's likely to result in an increase in rainfall activity for areas such as Jamaica. So even though we may not be talking about like a tropical depression or storm, it will still likely increase the rainfall, and with a lot of heavy rain, that can result in flooding, and that's usually the main concern when these systems are passing by. Now, as we take a look at the rainfall forecast for the Caribbean region today, we can see very colorful within the vicinity of that disturbance for Hispaniola, particularly the Dominican Republic. So we can see some of those red shadings around, indicating rainfall amounts probably up to an inch or so. And then other areas such as parts of the Windward Islands also a little colorful with those yellow and orange shadings around. So rainfall amounts could be anywhere from like a quarter of an inch going up to half an inch or so. And then it may not be as active for the vicinity of the Leeward Islands. So the Leeward Islands, and even for Barbados as well, there may not be as much rain. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms likely to be around the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and even near the ABC Islands today. And for parts of northern South America, a few spots in Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia could experience some heavy downpours today. Central America will remain active. And for parts of Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba, even for Haiti as well, there could be some decent showers and thunderstorms around. So the Caribbean has been quite active. So as we head into later today, we should see some more shower and thunderstorm activity kicking up in the region. And then for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos could see a similar story. Florida is a bit colorful up there as well, so there could be some heavy rainfall around today. Going on to the wind forecast, as we see more of those more vibrant shadings of these purples headed to these blues, that is indicating some of those stronger winds. So winds could be well over 20 knots today. Even with higher gusts today, tropical depression like wind gusts across some islands. So for parts of the northeastern islands headed to Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, even as we head to parts of the southern and central Bahamas as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands, it may get pretty windy today. But for the Western Caribbean, not seeing as much color, indicating that it may not be so windy. However, with these thunderstorms developing, especially those developing over land, there's likely to be some of those stronger wind gusts associated. But as for the disturbance, let's go ahead and look at the conditions ahead. We can see in terms of the dry air. So we can see all of these different colors, these yellows, oranges, reds, indicating the dry air, and the that tropical wave right there, that system, that blob is embedded in all that dry air. So that wasn't expected to develop. It was previously marked, no longer is. And then there's that other system near the Cabo Verde Islands that is marked, where we could see it try to get itself together over the coming days. But looking in the Caribbean and even in the Gulf, very much vacant of any significant dry air right now. So that's not a huge problem for the system. And then in terms of the upper level winds, here we have this map with all these swirly lines. So the green shadings indicate where the upper level winds are favorable to allow for development to take place. Yellow lines indicate neutral conditions. red lines indicate unfavorable conditions. So those upper level winds really strong where we see all those red lines. Now in the vicinity of the disturbance, there is a bit of shear that may be impacting it as well. But generally for the central and western Caribbean, it is conducive to allow for development. So we'll see what happens over the coming days as it continues to make its way to the west, if it will take advantage of the conditions or not. But either way, as I said, there's likely to be that increase in rainfall activity later this week for Jamaica, and eventually the system is likely to move towards Central America. So going to be even more rain for the area, and it's already been quite active over there. So as I said, guys, I'll be keeping you updated on this system, and that is basically what I wanted to share with you in this update video. And so I do hope you found it to be informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will respond to you when I can, and remember to always be weatherwise.